you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself? How are you?
I'm great. Do you remember me?
Yeah, I was saying you look so familiar, but I don't know if I
Yes,
made any
we,
notes about what we
we
talked about
talked.
last
uh, We talked a couple of days ago. Do you remember? I sent you a song and you listened to it, and you said, "Oh, it's about a club."
week. Oh yes, yes. Okay, yeah.
Huh?
I hadn't heard that song before, and I had sent you. Did I send you some maybe recommendations of some
Yeah,
songs? Okay,
you did. You did. You recommended me a song, but I didn't listen to it.
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
You're okay. It wasn't
So
homework.
how
It
is
was just a suggestion.
Yeah, it was a suggestion, right? How is your day coming along?
It's going pretty great, actually. Thanks. I just started a second job, which I'm really excited about doing transcribing. So when I'm on a break and nobody's calling me, I hop to this other website and I listen to like a recording of people and I type what I'm hearing. And I don't know. I'm such a nerd. I'm very interested in it.
Oh,
I
cool.
love that.
What is it like to work with that? So what do you have to do? You have to listen to people speaking? What is it like?
Yeah, so it has two different ways. One of them I applied for, but they have a long wait list, and that's when you watch a video and you put like the subtitles at the bottom. And
Ah,
the
cool.
one that so I applied for that, and they just said, we have a long list of people, and we'll let you know as you move up the list. And then they sent an email and said, we have a lot of the transcribing. And so what they do is there's a recording, just an audio recording, and the software has already written what it thinks the conversation is, but of course
You have
it
to
makes
correct it.
mistakes. So I go in and I make the
Right.
corrections, make sure like the grammar, the capitalizations are correct and everything. And so I just started today and I was just working on like my first project and I'm super into it so
Oh,
far. Yeah.
awesome. That's great. And today I went to my grandparents' house. They're going to travel tomorrow, and I just went there, to talk to them, before they travel.
Yeah.
And it's great. Actually, I am thinking about going there tomorrow, to see them,
Yeah.
living. It'll be great.
Oh,
My grandfather, he is going to. They're going to. My grandfather and my grandmother, they are going to Rio de Janeiro.
okay.
They have a house there,
Uh-huh.
and they'd like to spend a couple of days there.
Okay. Do they
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys are really close. Sounds like you love your grandparents a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it only takes me, 10 minutes to get to their house. So I'm used to going there almost, every other day to see
Yeah.
them because
Aw.
did you say something?
Oh no, I just said aw. That's so
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. My grandfather, he's 88 years
Wow.
old, and my grandma, yeah, she's 83 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, I am, I usually go there, I visit them because they like when people are with them, to have conversations, and
Yeah.
it's really nice. I love staying with them.
Do you
My
ever
family,
Oh
go
sorry, go
ahead,
ahead.
please.
Oh,
No, I was going to say only that my family, likes staying together.
yeah. That's awesome. I have a pretty good family too. It's
Yeah.
harder as we're getting older and all the kids. There's so many of us, and it's more spread out, so it's a little bit harder. But I was going to ask, do you ever record them, like take a video of them talking, or ask them questions about their history or their parents' history?
I don't do that. We usually take a lot of pictures,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't usually record them. But it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing to record, to put it on for example, on the Google Drive. Google
Yeah.
Drive. That, yeah. So I can, yeah, show them to my kids one
Yes.
day. It'll
I'm
be nice.
I'm
Yeah.
very passionate about this because I wish that I had known that I would care about it when I was younger, when my like grandfathers were still alive, because they were great storytellers. And I thought, you know how old people are, they tell the same stories again and again. And I thought
Yeah.
I'll remember this forever. And I know I don't remember hardly, you know, and now I have so many more questions about stories they didn't tell me. Like I would really want them to remember as far back about the whole family history. What were their grandparents like, their parents like, everything, to pass on to the children. And so I'm very, that's one of my main hobbies, is to do like the genealogy. And I try to get in contact with as many older people in the family as I can and get stories from them.
Nice.
A lot of older people are not interested in talking about the past. I have to like really be like, tell me
Really?
a story,
I
tell me a
thought
story.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought most elderly people, wanted to talk about the past
No.
because they seem to be so proud of their
Yes.
past.
Maybe it
Some of them.
depends. Maybe it depends. Like my grandmother, who I'm very close to and I grew up with, I have her entire life story written down over many conversations. There was a point where I would call her like every other day for at least an hour or two and like type what she was saying as she was saying it. And I took some videos of her telling the story too, because the way that they talk, you can't like write that down. But some of the other older people who I didn't grow up with, who are further away, it's harder to get them to talk about stories, maybe because they're just communicating through email, maybe because we're not that close, and so they're nervous about telling me, I don't know.
Yeah.
The younger generation, we're not so judgmental. And so sometimes I think older people are like embarrassed about things about their childhood or growing up, that to us we're like, it's just interesting. We're not, but to them it's like, no, don't talk about it. It was, shameful that like that there was a divorce in the family, or something like that. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, you just gave me a great idea. I think they're gonna feel a little bit, afraid of being recorded, but I'm gonna tell them that it's gonna be a good thing,
Yeah.
People, especially in our family, especially because I, my great grandparents, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
My great grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I didn't see them, so we don't have any photo of them.
Yeah.
So as we have technology
Yeah.
nowadays, so it's great to do those things. Thank you for that idea.
Yeah, of course. I think that there's so much of our history has just been recorded about certain people who were, generally pretty wealthy, probably like in the military, conquering, that's who we tell history about. And now that we have so much access to technology for the common people's history needs to be recorded. And yeah, I think I would just recommend like to make kind of a list of questions. I like to ask everything just about like, tell me about your parents, but what kind of dishes of food did they like to make? What kind of music did they listen to? Did they what was your first memory? What was your best memory? Things like that, to try to get
Good.
more.
Yeah. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. You know, talk about how, for example, how my grandparents, what my grandparents think about the world,
Yeah.
today. Yeah, it would be great, to when they talk about their past. Oh, we didn't have telephone, we didn't have
Yeah.
television. So yeah, and my grandfather, he used to tell me that when he was younger, he had to go to work, on foot.
Mm-hmm.
it took him, maybe 2 hours to get to work every day. And my mother and my uncles and my aunts, they didn't have enough food to eat, so it was a hard time.
Yeah, that was
And yeah,
the
and
same
especially
with my husband's parents who are from South America. Sometimes when I ask them questions, they're like, "What are you even talking about?" I was like, "What's your favorite toy when you were growing up?" They're like, "We did not have toys. We didn't have floors." We were like, my mom was. They were very poor when they were growing up, but she can remember the one toy she got for Christmas. But his parents were just like, "No, we didn't. What? There was no. We didn't have holidays. Nothing." Oh.
I'm out of time, but thank
Oh, it
you.
was
I
good
will
talking to
talk to
you.
you
Good luck.
again.
I hope you get to do
Yeah.
that with your grandparents.
Okay, thank you.